Welcome to this demonstration of how to use the new iQ mobile app. Once you've downloaded and opened the app, the first step is to click on Settings on the home screen. From here, you will be prompted to log in with your existing Quidos user details. Enter in your username and then your password, and when you click Continue, you'll now be logged into the app. In order to create your first new EPC, click on the option for New EPC at the top of the screen. From here, you will be taken to the Create EPC overview page. The first step is to select the country that you are completing the EPC in. Then in the postcode box, manually enter the postcode for the property and select the Lookup Address option. The Select Address bar which appears below will show all of the addresses that are registered for this postcode. Select the address that you require, and that address will be imposed onto the drop-down boxes below. The final step is to select your assessment date, ensure that that's correctly done, and then click on the Create option at the bottom of the screen. The software will ask if you're sure that you want to create the report for this address with this assessment date, and you simply click on Create Report. So this is the layout of the new iQ mobile software. It's very similar to the new desktop software that Quidos released for EPCs late last year. The main navigation tool can be accessed by clicking on the three blue lines in the top left hand side of the software. Clicking on here, you'll see that you've got various different tabs that you need to select, and it's simply a case of working through these and ensuring that all of the information is entered for each. When each tab has been completed, the red and orange exclamation marks will change into a green tick. On our first tab, we're required to enter the general information for the EPC. It's simply a case of going through, clicking on the drop-down arrow for each of the questions, and then selecting the relevant option. On the General tab, you're entering in the basic information for the property, including its detachment type, its terrain, where the measurements are taken, internal or external, and then the number of extensions and some of the other information. Each box, which is still yet to be filled in, will have a red outline around it, and once the option has been selected, the red outline will disappear. Once you've entered in all the information for the initial tab, click on the Next option at the bottom of the screen, and you'll be taken on to the next tab. If I reopen the navigation panel by clicking on the three blue lines in the top left hand side, you can see that for my initial General tab, a green tick now appears next to it. This next option is for openings, and again it's just a case of going through and entering in all of the information that we need to ensure that all of the correct selections have been made. The layout for the screens in this new iQ mobile app is different to what it is in the previous version of the iQ mobile software. However, we believe it's more user-friendly and more intuitive to how you would collect and then enter the information when on site. It may take a couple of goes of using the software to get used to where the different information is stored. However, once you've done it a few times, it should become second nature, and you should become well adjusted to where the information can be found. One of the big changes is that whereas in the previous version of iQ Mobile, walls, floors and roofs all had their same tabs, in this new version of the software, they are rearranged on a building part basis. So we can see that for our main property here, all of the construction information is entered upon the same page. As we defined an extension on the initial General page, we can see that we're required to enter in the information for extension 1 here. And all of the information in terms of the data entries that need to be made are exactly the same for the extensions as they are for the main building. So I'll simply go through here, make my selections for the walls, floor and the roof. And then once that information is completed, click Next at the bottom. Moving on to the Heating Details tab, we need to select whether there are mains gas and secondary heating available. If there's secondary heating available, we tick the box and it produces the card at the bottom of the screen below. We'll select our electricity meter, select how many main heating systems there are, and then we're going to choose our gas boiler from the database and enter it into the software. In order to select your boiler, you just need to tap on it. You'll see that the green tick features on the left hand side of the screen, and then you click the select option. We'll enter in our controls for the system, what the emitter type is, the pump age and the flow temperature. We'll select that there's a secondary gas fire, and all of that information gets put into the boxes. The final tab that you'll regularly be completed is for the water heating. So we're going to select that our water heating is coming from the main system 1, that there is a cylinder and that the cylinder has a cylinder stat and 50 ml of insulation. Entering in the information for the showers, and then the last couple of tabs are for the renewables and for any recovery systems that are in place. The final step is to enter in the evidence for the report. So whereas in the existing version of iQ Mobile you have the ability to enter in evidence of various different stages, in this new version of iQ Mobile all of the evidence has to be entered specifically on the evidence tab. So you can navigate to this quite easily off of the original main menu that we looked at. Simply click on evidence whenever you need to take a photo, and then you can choose, once you've clicked on the add evidence option, either to take the photos from within the app or to take the photos that have already been taken within the separate photo app on the device that you're using. Once you've uploaded all of your evidence, the final tab is the results tab. From here, we simply click on the calculate option. The software will run the EPC calculation and we'll be provided with our final EPC. From here, we can preview the EPC and then we can opt to lodge. Each time you navigate between each of the different screens in the iQ Mobile software, the data entries that you've made will be automatically saved. However, if you do need to save prior to actually going on to a different tab, you can do so simply by clicking the save option in the top right hand corner of the screen. If you need to navigate to the main screen, then you can do so by clicking the little home house icon that also appears in the top right. Prior to leaving the report, the software will ask you if you're sure that you wish to leave, and if you click I'm sure to continue, then it will then navigate back to the main screen. In order to access the reports that you've already started or already completed, you can click on the saved report options on the main screen. From here, you can click on the search button and you can enter in various bits of information to filter down your search. Alternatively, just clicking on the search button will bring up all of the properties that you've completed or started reports. And here's the one that we've been working on in this instruction video. As you can see, all of the data that we've entered into the software has remained saved, and we can cycle through each of the different data entries to check that we're happy with them prior to lodging the report. That brings to an end this short instructional video about how to create and lodge an EPC in the new iQ Mobile software. If you have any questions or queries about the new software, please contact the office directly.